Hello, this is Guy Barker here. I'm going to give a quick demo of how a C# app can call a custom language understanding service. Okay, here I am at the Azure Language Understanding portal, where I have earlier created a custom language understanding service, and I added an intent of turn over next cards, and I added a number of related utterances to it. So now I'm going to have a C# app access that service. So I'm going to go to Manage, and through here I can get a number of pieces of information which my app will need in order to connect to and to call my service. The first is the application ID. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard, and I'm going to switch to my app. Now this app is the Demo Solitaire app, that's SALFMYTAIRE, and in this there is a file called lewis.cs, and at the top of that there is a place where I can paste in the information specific to my service. So there is the app ID. In fact, it looks like I've already pasted those in from earlier. So that's there. Now, in addition, there is the keys and endpoints. So there is, at the bottom of this page, there is some information with a key and an endpoint that my app could call. Now, the resource associated with this is actually listed here as starter key. So this means that basically this was created using a free trial resource, and that starter key will expire after a certain period, and I don't want to have that happen. I want the resource to be available through the paid subscription I have to Azure. So I'm going to assign a resource to this. The subscription name is my paid resource. This key I'm going to use is the one that the resource I'm going to use is the one that I set up earlier at the Azure portal itself. I'll say assign resource. Okay, and now by using that resource, I know my service will be available for longer than a free trial period. So I need the key through which to access that. And I'll copy that to the clipboard here, and I'll paste that in. Again, it looks like I already had done that earlier. And similarly, I'm going to copy in the endpoint associated with the service. Okay, and with those three pieces of information, my app is good to go. So the app itself will perform speech to text on speech that I utter at the app. And then once it's got the text equivalent to my speech, it'll then call my Lewis service to determine the meaning from that speech. So I'll hit F5 now. Okay, and now I'm going to have the app listen to my speech. Continue. Okay, and after I paused, and the Azure Speech Service decided my utterance was complete and did its speech-to-text action on it, and we'll find out what the recognized text was, and indeed it is continue. So now with that text, I'm going to call my Azure service. Okay, that's the call, and the service returned a Lewis result object, which contains a lot of very interesting information about the interpretation of the meaning from that text. Now I'm going to hit F5 now. Okay, and this is where the app actually processes those results and decides whether it wants to act on the meaning that Lewis found, if it did indeed find some meaning. So there was some top scoring intent returned, and that's the only intent here that the app is interested in. And the next point is finding how confident is Lewis in its determination that it found some intent related to that utterance. And so the score here is a level of confidence, and the score is 0.94, which is very high indeed. So Lewis does believe it found the intent from that utterance. So what was that intent? Okay, the intent there was the one intent I'd added, turn over next cards. So the app can feel very confident that based on my utterance of continue, then the intent it was to turn over the next cards. So if I hit F5 now, indeed, there we go, the next cards have been turned over. So that was a quick demo of how a C# app can call the LUIS, that's a language understanding service, in order to have meaning determined from an utterance made at the app. Thank you.